Hi, Peaches. Yes, I'm doing my walk. I have to because I like to eat, and if I don't, Anyway, Peaches says, no disrespect, but why were you in jail? God has done an amazing work through you. And yes, he has. So, trust me, there's no disrespect. This is why I'm on here. I want you to ask questions. I want everyone to ask questions. You can ask me anything you want about jail, about prison. I have people asking me about my hair, and I'm going to say this. The hair is just good genes from God. And if you knew what kind of shampoo and conditioner I use, pennies. Anyway, I was in jail. Long story short, my testimony is at the top of my page. 41, my grandfather died, got mad at God, walked away from God, was married to a wonderful husband, gave me everything in life, started walking away from him. Woo-hoo, look at me. I'm pretty. I had a nice car. I had money and was going with people and going to the clubs and oh yeah. And then there was someone who knew me for 25 years, narcissist. Long story short, I got entangled into his web. He had me doing cocaine for about a year. I didn't do cocaine. And he was very abusive. I have pictures where you can't recognize my face. Anyway, I gave him a ride to his friends. I wasn't even living with him at the time. He told me to come back and get him later on. I did. Well, here, he did something to his friend while he was in the house. And his friend died overnight. I was being arrested 4 days later on felony murder, robbery, theft, criminal restraint, conspiracy to robbery, and my bail was $1 million. And no, none of it was true. I was never even in the man's house. Don't even know the man. To this day, I'm good friends with his sister-in-law. But God, look at this, my shirt. That's funny. But God. When you cry out to God and you say, please help me, because I was born and raised in a Christian family, my whole family was worried about me. What I put them through was torture. And God had a different plan. And through the death of one man, it saved my life. It really did. Because God put me in that jail and he said, now sit, be still and know that I am God. And you're going to do the work that you were born to do. And you're going to learn my word. You're going to leave this jail and this prison. You're going to be my vessel. You're going to help so many women. And you're going to go home and you're going to share the gospel worldwide. I would have told you were crazy. But God, I'm good today, and it's made me who I am. I wouldn't change anything for the world except for the fact that I wouldn't want anyone to pass away. So this is part 2, because I still wasn't done. I wouldn't change things for the world, meaning I count all my losses as gain for Jesus Christ. I lost 4.5 years with my children, my son's crucial years, all 4 years in high school, and my daughter's 3 years. But, you know, what doesn't make you bitter makes you better. What doesn't make you weaker makes you stronger. And I am a stronger woman of God. God has shown me a lot of things. I will never view certain, days such as Mother's Day, Easter, Christmas. I don't view things like most people anymore because I feel every day is Mother's Day. Every day we should celebrate the birth of Christ. Every day we should celebrate his resurrection. Not just one day. I would rather take my mom and surprise her on a day that's not Mother's Day because it's like a formality. I'm not putting it down. That's what everybody does. Let's get mom a gift. Let's take her out to dinner or whatever. But when I was incarcerated, every day ran into the next day. I didn't even know what day it was sometimes. It's how it was. So it made me who I am today. And all I did for those 4.5 years, honey, was study. Those girls were reading books by James Harbison, something, they were love books or whatever. And they'd always say, Miss Val, why don't you read one of these books? I said, nah. I said, garbage in, trash out. And I was very adamant. And I stood my ground. I said, no. Every book I read was theology, archaeology, and it had to do with my Lord. And it was so interesting to me It really was. And God was preparing me for such a time as this. I came home and there was a lot of officers that said, Miss Val, you should do TikTok. And I said, Tick what? That's what I said. Tick what? I looked into it. And at first I was putting up some videos that were funny. And I said, that's not what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I want this to be a safe place. I want this to be a place where people come and ask for prayer and share their struggles so everybody can help them. Next, I just would love to get that podcast going. If you know of anybody that knows how to start it or do it, don't have a lot of money to do it, but I was told you can do it for free, and it's going to be called Talking Truth with Miss Val. And I hope every one of you will join me. God bless you, dear, and thank you for your question.